Abusive Gamer here, bringing you the old quest for the HellFire Amulets. I've decided to show you guys the entire fights. And can you believe it? This video I think is like 9 minutes long. That's all four portals opened. All total of 8 bosses. Well, technically Diablo is like multiple bosses, but I've commented in another video that this is beyond easy. Now, people complain that for key farming, it's only a 50% chance to drop a key on Torment 6. For people that are complaining about that, it's just ridiculous. Because if you remember the old way of getting keys, you had to go get 5 stacks, kill yourself 5 elites to get the 5 stacks, then your chances were the best to get a key. And only on MP10 was it guaranteed 100% drop rate. The bosses in here are ridiculously easy. I honestly cannot believe that Blizzard did not bump the difficulty of these guys up. We have this content overgeared, but not this overgeared. You know what I mean? It easily could have came in here a long time ago and did these bosses. But, you know, didn't even think about raiding for the HellFire Amulet at first. For anybody who doesn't know, the HellFire Amulet, it's a guaranteed drop rate, matter of fact, to let you know on Torment 6, the actual parts, which is some kind of liquid or whatever. But it's a guaranteed drop to have it. But the very difficult part is going to be getting the correct rolls. What it does is it gains you a free passive ability. So, of course, in a mage's case, you might be looking for Illusionist or your Cheat Death, multiple things that you could be looking for. But you have to get the right rolls on top of the amulet on top as well. So that's going to be very, very difficult. You're gonna farm the hell out of this. We've already did probably 7 or 8 runs. So what? That's 28 keys, you know. And one time, the very first amulet I got, I had Illusionist roll on it. But unfortunately, the stats was a ton of life or what have you, but nothing else. And so the stats were no good. You know, of course, the dream is going to be having crit percentage, some int, and a socket. You know, even if there's a bad stat on it, at least you can roll that off and get a socket. Or even fire damage, you know, since I'm a fire mage. But for all that to line up perfectly, good fucking luck. That's all I got to say. To be throwing another stat on top of all the other stats, a passive on top of everything else, is pretty ridiculous. If it doesn't fit your build, either you completely respect all the way around it, or you just wear it and don't care about what passive it's for. But unfortunately, doing these huge, big major rifts, I'm trying to figure out a place for this HellFire Amulet to be at. Because Torment 6 farming is pretty easy once you have just a little bit of gear. The difficulty, I really am shocked how easy they made this game. This is supposed to be harder than MP10. And I don't care what anybody says, this is not harder than MP10. Torment 6 is way easier than MP10 ever was. Yeah, you need a lot more resistance or what have you, but it's much easier to, in my opinion, the elite packs are nowhere near as hard as they used to be. I think they toned down the elite packs heavily. Like, for instance, if anybody remembers, the old king here, when he used to do his dance, he could one-shot you, even if you were geared. Now, I could take a shot from him. I'm on my wizard. Right there, I just stood in Arcane. And my Cheat Death procced. But I should have had both of those proc. In the old days, I'd be toast. Somebody would be having to come revive me and get me up. It took us a little bit, around 9 minutes and some change to clear all these bosses. And I think a couple times, just me messing around for the video, I had cheat death proc a couple different times, just to show that it's next to impossible to die. I mean, I ran there on Arcane on purpose. I've done stuff to try to get myself killed, not flat out just get myself killed, but to show you certain things that would have killed you back in MP10 days. Hands down, the rocks falling from the ceiling on the first encounter, you'd have been toast. You wouldn't have lived. You know, unless you had some major toughness going on. My wizard only sets at 8 million toughness, and then if I really want to put on defensive abilities and way less damage, I can get to like 11 million. Which isn't shit, you know, for a wizard at all. You can have way more if you have resistance gear, armor gear on. But I don't, of course, I have DPS gear. And I'm trying to figure out where this... I'm sorry, I misplaced the HellFire Amulet. The HellFire Amulet, I'm trying to figure out where this is going to come in effect at. You know, when you're starting to do these really huge rifts, your best friend is going to be a neck piece that has you immune to a certain ability, whether it's fire, lightning, you know, what have you. You're going to want to wear those because being able to negate the entire spell from elite packs plus get healed or whatnot is huge when it's these bigger rifts. Right there, I just got nailed by everything under the sun, and I didn't even die. I was able to live. And there, now finally my cheat death procs when I take a fireball to the face. But I don't know where that HellFire Amulet's actually going to come into play. So basically, we're just farming this, in my opinion, just to have it for more actual regular farming. Just so you can have another passive, I guess. But honestly, as easy as this game has become so fast on ladders, I don't even see me ever going to even wear that. You know, and it's a shame. It's really a shame that they have made it so easy. And I understand there's a lot of people that complained in the old days that it was really hard to get the ring or what have you. And there's my garbage. Can't wear it. Ah, it's brutal. So brutal. And I have my buddies sit here and link theirs as well. I just honestly don't see a place where this... They've got all garbage too. I don't honestly see where this can be effective. And people were complaining that the old one, it was hard. The fact doesn't matter. It wasn't hard to get the ring to be made. It was the fact was the key farming was the hard part. You know, it was very time consuming to maybe get one key. Now you can go straight to the key ward and kill them, reset, and just get keys nonstop. Way, way easier than the old one. So I would have liked to see them have bumped up the difficulty since it's so easy to make keys, just so it could be a little bit more of a challenge. I'm not here for free gear. I want a challenge. Free gear, fuck that. Game will be no interested. But we did another run after this. I'm going to show you guys just the neck pieces, not the actual gear itself, or the runs itself, and see that we rolled some more pieces of shit. And here we are with our last run that we did for the day. And let's go ahead and make up some new ambulance and see what we get. Garbage. No way I could ever wear that. I would lose way too much of everything. And my buddies rolled just as bad. So, anyways, that's the Uber bosses in 9 minutes. If we really would have pushed it, we'd probably do it in like 6 minutes. But, you know, I stopped us. We were recording. I did a few things or what have you. But anyways, that's it. That's the quest for the HellFire Amulet. Happy hunting, Abuse the Gamer, and I'm out.